Hey folks, Valentin the Mad here, and today I have an interview with two guys from Reissad, the team behind Bodycam. We're talking about the game, the key features, what they have now, a potential PvE mode, and more. A second part of this interview about the blood effects and the ragdolls, with a showcase of what they have, is coming right tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. Now, without further ado, here it is. Alright, so hi, welcome, let's begin with your introductions.
So we'll introduce ourselves. So as I said, I'm NeoGold. I'm the community manager of Reissad Studio, and I do work a lot on other subjects as well. I'm French, 24 years old, and I've joined Reissad a few months ago right now. And this is Leo. Maybe you want to introduce yourself, Leo?
Hi, I'm Leo. I'm the lead developer of Reissad Studio. Basically, I made like the skeleton of Bodycam game, and yeah, that's it.
Alright, so let's talk about your background and previous projects. I know there is at least one, Worst World, and let's talk about that.
Yes. So basically, the background of Reissad and all our personal background. So Luca and Leo, as you might know, are two brothers passionate by Unreal Engine. Luca worked on a digital school, so they used this software from actually now 7 years. They started first, as you mentioned, the game Worst World. So they work on Worst World, and at the beginning it was just a fun project, so they can actually use their skill, their knowledge, and they can train. So they made Worst World as a sandbox, mainly to check the mechanics, as the ragdolls, the sounds. It was mainly a project to learn, and so after that they changed their mind, as you can tell with the Bodycam.
Yeah, I think it is actually pretty cool because there is a lot of freaking Unreal Engine sandboxes. I get bugged by those all the time, and for me it is very cool seeing one actually become into a real, actual project, and I'm seeing in the videos some of those cool mechanics be used in the actual real project.
Yep, exactly, and we will have a chance to talk about it later, but especially the ragdoll. So the ragdoll, for example, and there is, of course, other example, but the ragdoll is the concrete example. They started working on Worst World with this ragdoll, and they used all the techniques, skills, and knowledge they implemented on Worst World to import it on Bodycam. So a lot of work regarding the ragdoll, for example, were already worked on the first game.
As you can see, the Bodycam, the Worst Ragdoll, was very inspired by the GTA and the Rockstar games.
Mm-hmm.
We really like those ragdolls, and in Worst World we try to reproduce them like the perfect way to die in video games.
Nice, yeah, we'll definitely get to that, but first, what is Bodycam and what is it about?
Well, actually, Bodycam is just a FPS shooter meant to be one of the most realistic and immersive shooter on the market and overall. The game is actually about special forces POV through his Bodycam. So we made sure, and that's what we're aiming for, to recreate this atmosphere of realism through the camera, from the sound, with the death, with the ragdoll, with the detail, the weather, the environment, the maps. Everything on Bodycam is meant to give you the perspective of the camera, and to give you the immersion that you are actually in the game. And and that's why a lot of people are confusing and are asking us if it's actually a game or the real life, and that's the goal of Bodycam.
Alright, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah. No, I just want to say that we make game that doesn't look like a game. Is our goal.
Yeah, the motto of Reissad Studio is this. As Leo said, we often say that we want to make games that doesn't look like games, and Bodycam is the exact definition of this motto.
Alright, yeah, so I don't want to talk about a bit about the setting of the game. So basically, who's shooting at who, where and why. So I mentioned Spec Ops, and what else?
Actually, there is no special scenario set on the game. It's basically special forces, as I mentioned and as you just said, but there is no specified lore about it. It's not any special unit or country against another one, but about where, sorry, there is it's actually all around the world, especially on abandoned places, abandoned houses, hospitals, as you might see on some maps we linked. You can see different universe. So it's basically all around the map. It can be in a forest, in outside, on Airsoft House, the map we made accessible through the playtest. So no specified lore, but we truly aim to make the players be able to shoot each other all around the world in multiple different spaces and atmosphere.
Gotcha. So besides that, besides the camera, being a big focus, delivering that feel that you are actually like watching a body cam of a Spec Ops guy somewhere in a hospital, abandoned one, that and the somewhat realistic feel. What are the key features of it, other than those?
Well, actually, the key features are mainly the movement and the shooting style, the shooting sensations that you can see and feel when playing Bodycam. They are completely unique. We made sure that it's a feel that you can find anywhere else except playing Bodycam, so that the game can feel very immersive. We made sure that the movement and the shooting aspect can be very immersive. Also, the ambience, as you can see, the ambience, the fact that we use abandoned place, old place, make the game feel very immersive and realistic. We don't want to make map that looks very clean and stuff. That add a lot to the bodycam aspect and the realism effect. Also, one of the main key features is the time to kill. Very, very realistic. Sometimes it's 1 or 2 shots only, so people can feel very immersed. And the small details such as the HUD, there is almost no HUD. The ragdolls that feel very realistic, very almost as a real life ragdoll, if I can say so. The sound, if you pay attention, the sound is very heavy and sometimes it can be saturated, such as in a body cam aspect. Dynamic weather, the blood trails. All those small details will give you the impression that will give you the impression that actually you're not playing a video game, and that's all about it. Adding and making a combination of small things that will give you this realistic effect. And as we just say earlier, we want to make games that don't look like games.
Right, so a question I had from what you were mentioning is, tell about the damage model, if there's like anything special going on there, or is it just simple like 2 shots or so to take down a character?
Basically, every weapon have its own damage, so it will really depend on the weapon you're using and where you're shooting. If you're shooting the legs, of course the character will take more time to die. But if you're shooting the chest or the head are completely fatal shots regarding the weapon. And on the chest, it will depend the weapon and the range, of course. Some pistols at long range cannot one shot, but they can one shot at very close range. So that will depend a lot of the weapon you're using and the range and the part of the body you're shooting. But overall, we made sure that it feels very realistic. So time to kill is very fast, and it made the firefight very intense. You can see that when someone is shooting at you and you're shooting at him, you can see the intensity of the firefights, because the only one bullet can solve everything.
Gotcha. So let's talk about the game modes.
For the moment, and as people and you might notice, there is only TDM, base round, and deathmatch free-for-all on the game in the playtest version. Because for the future, we are working on other game modes. There is 2 kind of game modes we are working on. The tactical competitive game mode, something more more based on the immersion and the tactical stuff we want to add to the game. But we also planning to add some more casual game modes and some more fun game modes for the people who doesn't wanna always be in this tactical mindset, in this competitive aspect of the game. And why not? We're not excluding adding some PvE modes for sure.
Yeah, absolutely, because playing a multiplayer intense shooter can be, intense, but it is nice to just be able to go in and mess around with bots where it can be more chill. Like for example, if you compare Tarkov and SP Tarkov, right?
Exactly. We can feel this actually. We can understand that all this intensity sometimes you wanna take a break, like you wanna enjoy Bodycam, but when you wanna take a break from this whole intensity and have something a bit more chill. So that's why we wanna add a PvE game mode we are working on. However, we do not precise what kind of game mode is it. We wanna keep it as a surprise, but that's something we for sure considering.
Alright, yeah, awesome. I think that even just a terrorist hunt like we have in Ground Branch, that one's awesome.
we will of course communicate about it in due time, but we heard that our community wants to have a PvE game mode, and we wanna meet the community expectations. So that's why we of course focusing on the PvP aspect, but we will add for our community a PvE side.
Gotcha, awesome. Let's talk about the release plans.
Actually, there is no official release date, but the goal is to be able to release the game as soon as possible, but still being able to bring something that meet what, as I said, meet the player expectation, because we want to bring a finished game, a quality game. We want that our community can be able to enjoy the game as they deserve, so they can see all of our work. So we don't want to rush it, and we want to release the game when it will be ready. But the goal is, of course, to be able to release as soon as possible.
So you are going for a full release, not early access?
Well, that's something we still have to consider. Maybe Luca and Leo can tell you more about those points.
Yeah, we aim to first make an early access, but a good one. Like the early access need to be have minimum content to be enjoyable clearly by the player, and that's why we are working currently and hard to make more weapons, more game modes, and touch the expectation of our base player.
Gotcha. Alright, awesome. So thanks for coming.
Well, thanks to you for the interview.
Thank you.